bring in Eric Hem, CTV News political analyst, with his take. Eric, good to see you as always. Michael Cohen, boy oh boy, on the stand today, and now the defense has their shot at him.
And are they taking it? We already are beginning to see the questions that are coming towards him regarding his relationship to Donald Trump. In fact, he has been asked pointedly, do you want to see Donald Trump convicted in this case? And we knew that the cross-examination was going to be brutal, and it's now beginning to show effect. And these questions are coming at him. And of course, this could be a potential hit on his credibility and, of course, on some of the things that he said on direct. And so it's clear that the prosecution is going to have to do a redirect with Michael Cohen after these questions. But of course, what we are seeing now is this is all a hit on his credibility, not necessarily anything, at least so far, on what he has testified to as it relates to what he said regarding the falsification of those business records, which does in fact tie Donald Trump to that fact, in the sense that we know that Donald Trump also signed off on at least 9 checks for $35,000, as well as Michael Cohen made clear that the information that was provided regarding the invoices, suggesting that it was a retainer and not actually repayment for paying the Stormy Daniels payout. So again, what we're seeing here is they are certainly going after Michael Cohen's credibility, but so far staying away from the actual substance of this case.
So what does it mean, do you think, in terms of what we heard from Michael Cohen when he testified for the prosecution, and now the defense lawyers trying to say, can't believe anything this guy says, he lied to Congress, he's gone to jail, it's all about revenge, he hates Trump, something that Michael Cohen himself has admitted to many times in the past.
Absolutely. And that is why we saw the prosecution put so many witnesses up that corroborated a lot of what Michael Cohen has already said in terms of laying out not only the surrounding nature of the actual payment to Stormy Daniels, but also the falsification of the business records. That is what is crucial. That is what is key here. And also what we have learned is the prosecution has made clear that Michael Cohen is actually their last witness. I thought they would actually put someone up who would speak to the nature of the federal election and how important that was, and also the crime that ties the falsification of the business records to the interference of the election. I thought they would go there. They did not. And so clearly they think they've done enough to actually make their case against Donald Trump. And now we're learning that the defense itself is only going to put up 1, maybe 2 witnesses. So we could actually see this trial go to the jury perhaps as early as next week.
Wow, that would be fast, because we thought it was going to spill possibly into June. Then it'll be up to the jurors as well to figure out, you know, what they think about all this kind of stuff. The damage you think this is doing or not doing to Donald Trump, you know, politically anyway, Eric?
You know, right now we are seeing a number of polls that are showing that Donald Trump is still leading. Also, we're beginning to see a much larger MAGA base begin to show up in that overflow courtroom. Today, we saw Doug Burgum, who ran for president, Vivek Ramaswamy, who also ran, Congressman Byron Donalds. So a number of lawmakers who are ardent Trump supporters are beginning to show their face. And I think what we're seeing is, even if the race between Donald Trump and Joe Biden is not beginning to crystallize for voters, it's beginning to show in this trial, at least, that those supporters of Donald Trump recognize that they need to be there, they need to stand up, and also a bit of auditioning, I think, taking place in terms of who wants to be his running mate. Of course, we saw the Speaker of the House, Mike Johnson, who was also in New York. And again, they're all singing from the same tune, lashing out at the case, lashing out at prosecutors, making this a political argument. And to a certain extent, it's also beginning to work, because it's those voters who support Donald Trump that are certainly hearing it.
Hey, Eric, always a pleasure. Thank you for taking the time for CTV today as we continue to follow what's going on at the criminal trial of Donald Trump.
Thank you.